Hello, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Let me turn that off. Esitsu, good morning. How are you doing today? Great, except you have a problem. What's your problem? Every time you try to type I-64, you end up typing I-16. You don't know why, because you want smaller numbers. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I don't know if my brand of dyslexia, I don't think catches on that one, but I don't know. Everybody has like a different little thing that like hits them in weird ways. This might be yours. The I-64 to I-16, or vice versa. Oh, Zilby, you're here. Hold on, let me reposition the camera. Maybe if he lies down. KO2 fan, hello. How are you doing today? All right, so today, so yesterday we finished up the Redis lesson. It feels like forever since it does feel like a long time since I've seen you in chat, but my sense of time has been really weird over the last couple of years, like to the point where it's almost as if I'm thinking like just a year or two ago was like 2020, and it's not anymore. It's now 3 years, soon to be four, and that's like yeah, my sense of time is weird. So whenever I see anybody, I'm like, oh yeah, you've been here recently, right? And like it might have been months, it might be a year. I don't know anymore. It doesn't like it's just fluid. So let's see. We are currently working. Oh, we finished Redis yesterday. So I recorded a video. I think Stacking pointed out I had one tiny little flaw in the very end of it, but I think it's okay. Oh, nope. Just trying to do tiny reposition. There. You've been following since 2020. Okay. Well, then that I pulled that number out of my head just because it's a number, not not because it's you. Um, I would not have remembered that it was only 2020. I would have thought that you were following since before that. But again, sense of time. Okay, so yesterday we did Redis. So today I'm thinking of jumping into the other thing, which was like connecting to Redis, which would be a Postgres thing. Now I've been thinking a little bit, like I had initially set up everything that we were going to use CORM, but it does feel like the industry slash desire has been moving way more towards um, uh, SQLx. And let's actually see. Go find SQLx's website. Do you have a page? I mean, this is SQLx by Launch Badge, right? Is that the one? Here's SQLx. Do you have? Yeah, okay. It is Launch Badge. Do you have like a website? I like that they have. I think I've seen this multiple times now in this document. SQLx is not an ORM. Okay, I get it. All right. I don't. They certainly don't seem to link to an actual website from here. So I'm going to go ahead and think that they don't have one. That these just go down. They're just links down. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm thinking about doing this instead. Now, is there a good way? Oh, I didn't. I my accidentally forgot to charge my phone last night, so I don't have it with me right now. Otherwise, I could use it for a quick little bit of keyword research. I don't. Let's see. Am I logged in over here? Log in. Okay, log in, and okay. I've been playing around with this tool that we found online uh, called VidiQ, which now I'm on free tier only, which like gives a limited amount of stuff. But one of the things it has is some keyword research that we could do. So if I go to manage keywords, add keywords, I don't know how safe it is to show all this. Uh, can it actually show me? So if I search for C or M, and then SQLx. Oh, I think in the mobile view, it actually shows me the number of people searching for those keywords. In the web view, it hides it, I think. That's kind of funny. Okay, so I can't use that tool. Maybe oh, there's oh, doesn't Google have like a search term tool? Like Google search comparison. Google Trends. That's what it is. So I can search for what is it called? CRM. Okay, not enough data to show. Maybe is it CRM like that? There we go. CRM compared to SQLx. I so if we look, is this say the 25th? Today's the 25th. This is the past day. I want like the past, I don't know, year. Interesting. Yeah, CRM has nothing on SQLx. I suppose we can look for SQLx Rust. Which lowers that a little bit, but you can see that it's SQLx is decently more popular. So that's what people I think are searching for. I think that's what people are wanting to use as opposed to a full. Considering that the Golang SQLx has double the stars than the Rust one, I'm not surprised. Yeah, that makes sense. So okay, I'm guessing that SQLx is more popular, possibly because it's more known, but also possibly because it's lighter weight and not an actual ORM. So, for example, in the JavaScript world, there's Connects, which I know is spelled Nex with a silent K, but apparently in the README it says this is pronounced Connects. So there, we're just gonna go with it. That is, see, I think I could do Connects, and then just what's up, like I hate the fact. Okay, I'm gonna do Connects JavaScript, and I'm gonna do a bookshelf JavaScript, and that would be yellow and green, right? So green is just that's a flat. Is bookshelf still an ORM that's I guess it's not popular in any way whatsoever. That's the ORM I'm familiar with for Node.js. That shows time, I guess. So yeah, that's a thing. Uh, so yeah, I could see that a non ORM is more popular because a query builder is sometimes just really nice and all you really need, and it's going to be faster. How it compares with Diesel? Hi Rashan Raha. Um, how are you doing today? How well, okay, yeah. Let's do that. Let's remove CRM. Okay, we'll do SQLx Rust. We'll remove you. We'll remove you. Togglebit raiding with a party of 101. Welcome, 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 Togglebit. Well, thanks for the raid. Sorry you have to run, but are you doing your podcast? But well, either way, have a good whatever the next thing is. Uh, welcome everybody from Togglebit stream. Miguel Axa. Hello. Greetings from Argentina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Also, all raiders, hello, welcome. How was Toggle's stream? What was he working on today? I rarely have a chance to just watch him because I'm usually sleeping when he does. But awesome to have him here. Sometimes we're able to raid him too. Uh, Rebel Decibel, hello. Good morning. How are you doing today? Oh, we got Togglerbit bored to death by talking about power and management. I assume we're not talking about like politics power management, but like, uh computer like physical power and management, like device. That sounds interesting for a short bit of time. Then I would run out of things to talk about pretty quickly. But I'm not an expert in like hardware. Oh no, we were talking. Oh wait, was it actually talking about politics, or is that a lull about me? Um, Guri Network. Hello. I'm a man. Well, I was a manager at my day job for a long time, and I've done lots of leadership stuff around. So for me, whenever I think about power and like management and that kind of stuff, I go straight into like, okay, office politics, like how to get stuff done, things like that. Who should hold the keys to AI? Um, just a little bit of politics. Okay, nice. Guri Network. Also, hello. Good morning. How are you doing today? We are just starting out with our stream. Yesterday, I finished creating a lesson on Redis and connecting to it from Axum. We do a lot of Rust stuff here, along with just the same as Togglebit. And we're currently trying to figure out what database connector I want for like a more. Would it trigger the Redis people if I say a real database? I feel like it shouldn't because they themselves say that it's not really a database. But I want to use a Postgres database and then some connector to it. So we're going to take a look at, we want SQL Rust, SQLx Rust. Let's take a look at Diesel Rust. Um, and let's also add in here, because C or M, which I don't think I need Rust for that one. And we can see Diesel has is the most popular, as in the number of search terms. SQL X has not really been gaining, like it's been very weird. This is over the past 12 months. In the United States only. Can I do worldwide? It's fairly level. I guess you might claim that Diesel's been losing popularity, but like this is this is hard to like pin down to like, okay, this is a trend. This is like it's maybe deciding, does it want to go up or down. CRM is also just eh. It's rough. Um what are my favorite programming languages? Yours is C++. plus plus. I would say right now my favorite language is Rust, because I have so much fun with it. And uh, then TypeScript slash JavaScript because it's so much like get stuff done. Um, and it's so popular that you can just like, get jobs with it. So like those would be my like top two. And yes, I do kind of put TypeScript and JavaScript in the same category of language. So yeah, I'm thinking about going with SQL Rust uh, as opposed to Diesel. Um, Probably wanted to do Diesel after it. Has Diesel had like some major updates? And I suppose while I have a bunch of you here too, uh, what would you be like if you were gonna be learning something like this? Do you want to learn Diesel or SQL X more? And chat's not going too fast. I think we could just do a just like throw it out into chat. Asitsu, you think you would use SQLx over Diesel? I think in the end, I'll need both. Actually, in the end, I probably want to do all three. So I don't think there's enough search terms for this to actually do a true breakdown of this. But it is kind of funny that Google's trying to convince me that like Japan is like 33% SQL. Germany, most Germans want diesel or use diesel. United States 90%, and then hey, if you're from Norway or Australia, apparently you only use diesel. And same with everything else. I don't know why they broke it down by so much. I can hear Zilby just like slightly snoring a little bit, which is always the cutest thing because his snores aren't like really loud. They're just very quiet. But okay, I think we'll go with SQLx for right now. I think it is the simpler one. Diesel is interesting. Um, Diesel we could do two. Diesel might. I wish I can get. Okay, so I think I can. Am I logged into YouTube over here? I'm not. Okay. When I'm logged into YouTube later, I can take a look at uh I can take a look at uh oh, let me add in. Okay, so top search terms for my channel. C or M. Well, yeah, that's because I've done some videos for it. If I search for diesel rust 37. If I search for SQLx rust 62. And C or M 45. Okay, so on YouTube, apparently CORM is the way more popular search. That's interesting. So in Google, diesel is the more popular. In YouTube, CORM is more popular. Sorry, not CORM, SQLx. I'm not. Oh, they start with S. That's gonna trip me up. Vincent Deal and Car. I am sorry for mispronouncing your name, but hello, good morning. Diesel or gasoline to avoid rusty engines. I mean, you mix them together, right? What could possibly go wrong with that? Okay, so I'm gonna go with SQLx. Uh, but we love Rust. That's true. We do love Rust, but isn't Rust not the name Rust for the Rust language wasn't actually for what happens to metal over time. It was like a mushroom or a plant. It was something like that. Which I have no way to prove one way or another right now because I don't know the right search terms to find the actual source. And I can't trust what an AI would say about it because I don't know what sources they're using. So That will just be something I heard, never recorded the source down for it, and is now blindly repeating. But it makes sense because, like, why would you name your language after something that degrades? Like, is a literally worse version of the thing that it touched? I'll just throw this straight into writing. And then this is going to be, I guess, let's do this as SQLx, Markdown. Okay, title. We're going to have, so use SQLx to, I guess like using SQLx with Postgres. Postgres in accent. Ooh, there's a wiki article. Let's take a look at that. Is this the actual? Is this the source? Oh no, it's the fungus. This is the actual Rust fungus. Uh, is there something in here? Rust gets their so it's Rusts plural get their name because they are most commonly observed as deposits of powdery rust-colored or brown spores on plant surfaces. Is there something about like a language, like referencing it? That would be really cool. Yeah, there it is. Rust, programming language named after the rust fungus. And then they reference this to 27, which is Thomas Clive, How Rust Went from a Side Project to the World's Most Loved Programming Language, from MIT Technology Review. So that's really cool. This was back in, oh no, this is early this year. I saw the 14 and was like, is that going to be like a 2014? So supposedly mentioned somewhere in here, uh, it mentions rust the fungus. Oh, most of us, if we found ourselves trudging up 21 flights of stairs, would just get pissed off and leave it there. But Hoare decided to do something about it. He opened his laptop and began designing a new computer language, one that he hoped would make it possible to write small, fast code without memory bugs. He named it Rust, after a group of remarkably hardy fungi that are, he says, over-engineered for survival. There we go. Twisted Seed, hello. How are you doing today? I almost forgot to put in the note into Discord that I was going live today. Almost forgot. I remembered after I started streaming. I mean, I guess today for you, it has technically gone over the midnight for me, and so therefore it's a new day. Like I'm in new clothes. How can it possibly be the same day? All right, so back to this. What I've been doing with these streams is writing writing lessons out in articles. These are going to be put into my LMS and part of like the sold course, and then we also record a video once we get this all written out. I don't know if we'll be able to get to the video today because I only have like an hour and a half, so I go until 8:30. So we have an hour left for this morning stream, and I'm not streaming this evening. but we're just sort of get as far as we can. So uh, let's see. So SQLx is a popular. Now, how do they build themselves? Do they build themselves as a query library? Yeah, so it's basically just a queries in code. Like code is queries. So query builder library that allows us to write Rust, which translates to SQL code. Stacking, hello. How are you doing today? Uh, Objectives. Okay, by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to, let's see. So we want to be able to connect. So connect to a Postgres database with, uh, with SQLx. We want to, like, I guess, write a query. So write a, I guess, like write a query to insert data. It's like write a query to uh, insert into the database. A query to I guess like I want to do CRUD, right? So like create read. So get one item from the database. My brain is like immediately going to like, should I kind of want to, okay, do that. Write a query to insert into the database to get one item from the database. I get many items from the database. Let's see. So that's R. So update, and update atomically. I guess like it probably doesn't matter. Demolroy, hello. How are you doing today? Um, uh, Jamandan Chani. Hello. Good morning. How are you doing today? Is SQLx an ORM? No, SQLx is not an ORM. They really want to make sure you know that it's not an ORM, so they mention it multiple times in their README file. But it's not an ORM. How are you both doing today? Update an item in the database. Okay, so command items, update items, and then delete. Delete item in the database. Okay. So we have that. Write a query to do all those things. I also do I want to do I also want to do like seeds and wonder if I should like break this out into multiple lessons, because like this is the objectives are starting to get pretty long here, and I almost feel like I should have like connect be just like a micro, like a small lesson for this, and then we can have like a um another lesson for once we have the connection. I want to, do we have migrations and seeds? Is that something we can do here? Migrate. Added support for the migration management on Migrate Magro. Okay. So we probably want to do something like that. Curious on your approach on keeping seed scripts up to date with your schema. I mean, generally you just have to try to remember to go and update them, because usually like the data that you put in changes. So I don't know if you can just do like a quick and easy macro for that. Let's see. You might want to mention SQLx as a SQL compiler, which does query checking at compile time. Yes, this is a good point. Let's do uh, describe what SQLx is. Let's not put in these things. So we're going to describe what SQLx is, connect to a Postgres database with SQLx, um, and then I might break it out for like migrations and seeds in one lesson, and then actually like doing the queries in another lesson. That might work out. So in this case, this would be connect to a Postgres database with SQLx. That would be the title for this. Online, offline development example of SQLx would be useful. Also, hello, Dottie. How are you doing today? How would like online development? I'm not sure how that would work. Besides, like, okay, you have like a local Postgres database running in Docker on your system, and then you just connect to it there locally, with local docs. But besides that, I'm not sure how. That's what I plan on doing myself here. So I think that would be fine. Um, you can also develop using a local SQLx file, so you don't need a database. Wait, really? Is that a thing? Like no database at all? I don't even know how to search for that here. Uh, Offline mode? Yeah, let's search for offline mode is now always enabled. Okay, SQLx CLI. Enable building in offline mode with query. There are 2 steps to build an offline mode. Save query metadata for offline usage. Build. Check this directory into version control, and an active database connection will no longer be needed to build your project. Interesting. Okay. Huh. I've I've always just said, well, fine, just install a database locally. I think I would need to play around with it a little bit more before I would feel good enough to say like when you can or cannot use this, because I'm not sure. Okay, so let's copy our template. So I want into planning. All right, so we have connect to a Postgres database here. We're also gonna later have uh, SQLx migrations and seeds, and then another one, SQLx prud, and I think that would be it. I think that's all I would need. Okay, so this will allow us to describe what SQL is and connect in. Okay, so um, what is it capitalized? It is. Okay, so it's all capitalized with an X not capitalized. I should. Whoa, nope, not what I wanted. Okay, I want to select everything, search for SQL, and we're going to change that to SQL like that. Okay, good. Okay, what is SQLx? SQLx is a query builder, a query builder library that allows us to write Rust code and convert it into SQL statements at runtime. Now I think they have a thing to read here, right? They have installed, they have flags. Oh, okay. So never mind. I'm even wrong with that statement. We don't write Rust code at all. So it's not like a normal query builder from anything else. Okay, so it is. SQLx is a query builder library that allows us to write SQL statements. SQL statements and have the compiler validate that they are correct, that they are correct at compile time. This is different from most query builder libraries, which allow you to write code in the language and it converts it into SQL. So let's come. It's basically this one here. So read the following sections of the SQLx README to learn how the language works. say valid rather than correct. Okay, that's a good idea. Correct is a specific thing. So that they are how to come about validate. I guess like validate the uh the SQL at compile time. That might be that might be more correct to say it than correct. Okay, so read the following sections of the SQL README to learn how the language, to learn uh, how it, how this, like what this means, and how it works. They explain this pretty well as far as I can tell from a brief read through. So I'd rather just send people to them. So this will be not that. Okay. Apparently that thought it was all one go around. One lives to live, or one lives left. Hello, I don't know where my brain went with that. Hello. To write code in a language, it converts it. Yeah, let's see. Which allows you to write code in a language in it. Oh yeah, that's the thing. To write code in the language, the library uh, the library is written in. For example, Rust, JavaScript, Go, etc. And then converting it into SQL. Okay, I think that makes a little bit more sense. SQLx is not an ORM, so we'll link to that. And then there was one more section in here, which I think was good. So after that, we go back. So we skip usage, we skip connecting, and then querying, I believe. This one has like a bunch of stuff we can use that shows this. Okay, so there we go. All right. Then connect to a Postgres database with SQLx. Let's see if we can do that next. I probably want to, let's just create a brand new, do a cargo temp. I don't need anything here, so that'll just create me a little temporary thing. And let's see what we need. All right, so connecting it to a Postgres database. For this example, we have a Postgres database running in Docker. Using the following command to, I guess, like, okay, for this example, I'm running a Postgres database in Docker locally with the following Docker command. All right, so we want to Docker run something. The Docker. Let's go find Postgres. Do you already have a I might even have a Postgres already set up. I have a Postgres 16. I have a Postgres 15. And that's it. Okay. Oh, that's still even too big for it. So we have a Postgres 16, a Postgres 15. Let me. Oh, and those are part of. Oh, I have these as part of other things. XM assessment, bookstore API database one. That sounds a lot like a Docker compose file I had. And then, oh man, the full stack Rust to do course. I still have those here. And then Postgres dev. Okay, so I have a Postgres dev. The version number for what we're going to be working with shouldn't matter that much, so I should be able to start that. So now if I do Docker run, this is what I did. Here we go. I try to always have the dash name at the beginning so I can recall this pretty easily. Okay, Docker run dash name Postgres dev. Give it an environment variable to tell it what the password should be, and put it into daemon mode and Postgres. Okay. Save you. Over here, let's go ahead and we'll do a Docker start Postgres dev. And all right, up 5 seconds. We should be good to go. I could create a database for this because I think we need a database to create too. So that's Docker. See, you're behind me. Let's go up here. Docker exec Postgres dev. And I want to go into bin bash. That didn't do it. Is it crashed? No, okay. Is Docker exec not the command? Oh, do I need a TTY? Oh, so I think I need to do like a dash IT Postgres dev bash. There we go. Okay, that gets me in. So now I can do a Docker. Sorry, not Docker. Now I can do a PSQL. That role right. Root does not exist because the username is Postgres. PSQL username is Postgres. Now we get in there, and I can create database, and let's name this SQLx like tutorial. Is there like a use? There's like a action limit. There's a way to switch over to the database, and I forget how to do it. So query buffer, input output, conditional, informational, connection. Oh, it's connect. Okay, so I can do see. Am I on that right now? Can I see what connection I'm on? Con info. I'm connected to database Postgres. Okay, so I want to do C. What did I name it? I named it SQLx tutorial. Didn't I create it? I forgot the semicolon. I don't know. If you noticed, I didn't notice this. The only way I could tell that things were messed up would be my prompt changed from an equal to a dash, which is letting me know that I'm in the middle of a command. So I started the create database command, and then I started just doing other stuff because it's waiting for a semicolon to finish it. So then I added a semicolon, and it's like, hey, you attempt to do a whole bunch of stuff, and then that didn't work. So I have no idea how long this was. Like I could go and look and eventually find when I screwed it up. But I did it again, and now we have that database. Now, am I connected? I'm not connected to it yet. So I want to do a C to SQLx tutorial. Oh, okay. C SQLx tutorial. Was it underscore? There we go. Now I'm connected to database SQLx tutorial as user Postgres. Okay, perfect. There's a way for me to do that with the environment variable. So environment variables. Okay, so Postgres password, user, Postgres DB. This optional environment variable can be used to define a different name for the default database. So I'm gonna add that in here. Postgres DB, and we're gonna make this SQLx tutorial. That way, it's now going to be the same no matter what. And I don't know what's in that other database. I just wanted something like plain and different. Okay, so we're good to go here. Okay, connecting to a Postgres database. For the example, I'm running a Postgres database in Docker locally with the following Docker command. Okay, so that's running. Let's create a new Rust project that for the connection. So actually, what do they have? Not that, not that, not that, that. SQLx is compatible with all the things. When adding the dependency, you must choose a runtime feature. Okay, that makes sense. That's very similar to the other ones. Now they have a CLI. Should we be using the CLI? The CLI might actually be used as part of the... Huh. To avoid the need of having a development database around to compile the project, even when modifications to the database. Okay, so... Yeah, we don't need the CLI at all, except when we're doing some other stuff. So we'll probably need that with migrations, is my guess. But for the most part, like when teaching types of stuff that I don't really know because I haven't used, I really lean most on like just go read this thing, and like my job as a teacher is now to like help you, not like help you with debugging and type of stuff. So it's more of like, hey, let's learn at the same time, and I'll then translate it into like a language that makes sense. All right, so quick start. So I guess this would be the next thing, is like follow the quick start. To connect to Postgres and then run a query. Okay. So follow the quick start. Let's create a new Rust project for the connection. Okay, let's create a new Rust project for the connection. And let's see. Cargo new. I guess this is going to be, I'm doing mine as a cargo temp. So SQLx tutorial. And let's install the crates that we'll need. Okay. What do we need? We know we need Tokyo. So let's figure that out. So I might need to do the entire thing here to know whether or not this is working. So I know I need Tokyo, so we're gonna do a cargo add. Oh, I'm in SQL. I'm in there. Okay. Cargo add Tokyo with the macros. Add these. Okay, so cargo add Tokyo. Oh, and if I do this, okay, so Let's do that instead. I think that'll be easier to follow. All right, so we get Tokyo. We also need SQLx itself. And then as part of that, we'll need to install well, it'll tell me what I need to install in here. Cargo add. Oh, it'll be left. I didn't even notice it'll be left. Gives us more room. Cargo add SQLx. That's just it, right? Yeah. All right. We want deep thought net code. Absolutely. I try a lot of deep thought in my code. Let's see. We could use the native stuff. We could, okay. Oh, we could also use like the run. Okay, so runtime Tokyo. So we probably want runtime Tokyo. I don't see anything besides TLS native TLS. Yes, we need Postgres. Is it? Yeah, it's just Postgres. Okay, so we need Postgres and we need a runtime, I believe. So do this F. Okay, so we'll get Postgres and we'll get runtime Tokyo. Now, if I do native TLS, oh, but there's not going to be any SSH here. So if I just do this, I think this would be fine. It actually suggests here. I went too far. It's up at the top, isn't it? Okay. It's compatible with all these things. You must choose a runtime feature that is runtime plus TLS. So we can do Tokyo no TLS, Tokyo native TLS, Tokyo rest LS. So let's do can I do that other one? For the love of God, don't do native. I don't need to help 40,000 people running this in Docker with no OpenSSL. Okay, got it. No native. We'll do that as one-offs when people run like weird systems that don't have SSL installed, or like the wrong version and it breaks, and it's like okay, run that. Oh right, it was that when you're with like Docker systems and like Docker doesn't include a weird like has a weird SSL. Okay, so let's do RTLS like all the yeah. Okay, so we have runtime Tokyo, and we have Postgres, and then we need. I don't need. I don't need TLS, right? Or do I need? I don't know. I don't know if I need TLS. I think it'd be fine. I think it'll be fine. Or I could do rest. Runtime Tokyo rest LS. Okay. This one. Let's do Postgres one time Tokyo uh dash rest ls. There we go. Okay. So we'll start with you. Okay. So you're installed. Quick start. So next in main. Now, how do I want to do this? I probably want to show off. Well, actually no. Okay. Next things, once we've installed those, let's actually just follow this, make sure that this works as intended here. So we're going to set up main. Interesting that their quick start uses async standard as opposed to Tokyo. They do have Tokyo main as an OR here. I kind of feel that Tokyo sort of won the async battle, but that may just be me and the circles I run in. What do you all feel like for a runtime for async? Dodi, you're new, but you only hear Tokyo mentioned. Asitsu at 1. That's sort of what I feel too. I used some other runners like way back in the day, but I don't hear anything anymore. The only times I hear about the other ones are just in documentation referencing the old stuff. Based on having the best name. I think it's more than just having the best name. I think it's because it added so much more to the table than just an async runner. It adds, man, it had so much. Like there's the messaging system, there's the tracing, all of those things on their own are really helpful. Making sure it all just works together flawlessly is really, 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 what's the right word to use here? It's enticing. As a developer, I just want the stuff to work. Okay, so we have you. I'm never a favor when they use result. Okay. Let pool PG options. Okay, so let's just imagine that I'm a student. I just come in here and I just say, fine, we are. I copy paste you in. Great. So you have all you in here. We change you to Tokyo main. You do you work? You probably won't work. Okay, so Postgres. This is gonna be Postgres is right. Password is keyboard cat. Localhost, and then this is gonna be SQLx tutorial. So what are you gonna do? Make a simple query to return the given parameter. So query as select one with, okay, you're binding 150. Oh, that's just literally, okay. That's literally just returning the word of 150. This is, it's not doing anything to the database. It's just saying, hey, like if I select a hard coded number, what's going to happen? It's just going to return that out. Oh, okay. Let's Cargo, run this. Oh, I need a CD into it. It's taking a long time to run. Is it frozen or did something else happen? I saved this, right? Pool timed out. Hmm. So pool, PG pool options new, max connections 5, connect. Okay, so Postgres keyboard cat, uh, local host, SQLx tutorial. Okay. Uh-oh. Um, okay, so a little bit behind me. Um, well, look what I did. I did the same mistake that I did the other time. Okay, let's fix that. I'm gonna do a docker stop. So after the D, we need to bind the port. So 5432, 5432. This is what we want to have. So, yep, forgot to give it the outboard port again. Yay. All right, so we need this line. So Postgres, let's put that. That was not, okay. That's in my normal paste buffer, not in Helix paste buffer. Now let's try this again. Ooh, instantaneous failure. PG database error, severity fatal, code 3D000, message database, SQLx tutorial does not exist. Okay. Yes, that is because I forgot to do that. Let's just do the thing. We'll do docker stop, docker remove, docker run. It's literally easier for me to just copy this again and use that. Okay, I don't know where the weird characters were getting like added into my terminal. That was not cool. But okay, we're good to go. Let's try this again. Cargo run. Okay, so it made the connection. Oh, it just asserts equal. Well, that's not cool. We can't actually see that. Like, I'm a really big believer in like actually just seeing this out because that's what gives you that like jolt of like, I got it. It's awesome. Having it just not crash being like the awesome thing is like that's not nearly as satisfying. So let's do a debug. And we're going to debug row. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Row is a tuple. So row is a tuple type that has what we're getting into it. Okay. Part of me wants to rewrite their documentation as part of this course. Like they're just like little pieces of it. They're like, okay, I don't like the return result. I don't like the lack of feedback to the terminal. But at the same time, I think it's okay. I think I'll be okay with it, and we'll say okay. The video is where I will do all that stuff on my own though. So let's install the crates that we'll need. So we install those things. We have Docker running, and then we'll say okay now. I deleted the other thing, so I don't think we need this anymore. And if I want to make absolute sure that their stuff will work, they have password as the password. Okay, so name, Postgres dev, Postgres password is password. The database is going to be Postgres. They want test. Okay, so never mind. Okay, localhost 5432 is the port setup, test, then our connection should just work. Max connections is fine. It can handle 5 connections at a time. Make a simple query to return a given parameter. Use a question. Okay, so then this will be fine, and this should just work. Okay, so let's do connecting to Postgres database. We install what we need, and then it's going to be now so connecting to okay, so finally follow the quick start guide. To connect to the database that we created. Okay, so to connect to the database that we created and run the simple SQL query. Note that the runtime we're using is Tokyo. So we'll need to use the Tokyo main command directive. Is it a directive? Is it a macro? Oh, I forget what these are called. They're It's not an annotation, right? Oh, my words. Um, use the Tokyo directive for the main function instead of the async standard main. Async center main that the documentation is using. Okay, so if I have that, I think it might be helpful to do just a quick like CRUD of like create something and then getting it back also. So quick CRUD or like a that's like a little bit more complex. So something a bit more complex. Now that we have our connection, let's insert something into the database and get it back out again. Okay. Unfortunately, I've run out of time. I have a day job that starts in less than half an hour. I need to get ready for that. So I'm going to go ahead and save this here. And we'll continue this. I'm not streaming tonight because I have a meetup I'm going to. So instead, look, I believe that next time I have time to work on this will be tomorrow morning. So that's gonna be a plan. Tomorrow morning at around 7 a.m. Mountain Time. We stream for about an hour and a half each morning. Okay. Do nobody I'm following? Oh, well, Togglebit's still live. Do you want to re-raid Togglebit again? We can just like he just like handed you off to me, and then I can hand you back. He's apparently playing Cyberpunk. And then on his Linux machine. That could be funny. Otherwise, I could let you all scatter and like find wherever you want to go. Yes, he can't just pawn us. Okay, so just let him know that that he can't pawn us off. So I will let's do the raid back again because this is hilarious. I'll be able to hang out with you for a few minutes. Unrate us. Oh yeah, that's a great way to say it. We're unrating. Okay, that's perfect. Because I don't want to say like it's a return because that would say like something was flawed about you all, and nothing's flawed about you. So it's really an unraid. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming with Togglebit to hang out for a little bit while we did a little bit more Rust. But it's time to go back to Togglebit now. Let him know that he can't pawn off people and just that easily and keep on streaming. They're gonna come back to him and and do that. You know a few people that argue with that, including your wife. Well, that's not my place to state that, and she would probably agree with me, at least on that. So with that, have a great rest of your Monday. I will see you online wherever that is next time. Bye.